In this video, we will be exploring the Mimio menu bar, the Mimio tools, and the Note app on your Mimio panel. On the side of your Mimio panel, you will see two arrows that are available to tap. Those arrows, one on each side of the board, can be tapped to open your side menu. If you are in the Android input, which is your Mimio panel, you will have the full menu available as shown in this image, including all of the apps on the panel and the tools. If you are projecting your computer or your document camera, only the bottom section of this menu will be available, which are the tools. The menu bar items include, from top to bottom, a back button, a home button that will take you to the Android home screen, a live Windows button, a Note app, which is the interactive whiteboard app on the Mimio panel, your files, all apps available on the Mimio panel, menu to change your input, mark to annotate on the screen, and then more tools at the very bottom. In this video, we are going to explore this toolbar a little more and learn how to customize it.
Hi, it's Nick again from the EOS Education team here at Boxlight. And today I'm excited to share some more information with you about your Mimio Pro 4 panel. Specifically, I want to show you how to access, utilize, and customize your side toolbar. To begin with, you'll notice that you can access your toolbar from either side of your panel screen. You can even adjust the height simply by pressing on the arrow on either side and dragging it to the height you choose. Now, when I open my side toolbar panel, at the very top, I notice I have a back arrow. This back arrow will take me backwards through the recent apps that I've used on the panel in order. Below that, you'll see a home screen. That home button will take you right back here from anywhere on your panel. Below that, you'll find the recent apps icon. And this will allow you to see all of the recent applications that you currently have running and to quickly toggle between them. In the center portion of your toolbar here, you'll find the apps. At the very top of those apps listed is our replacement for your whiteboard, the Infinite Whiteboard tool, Note. Below that, you'll find the file folder, which will allow you to access the files you've saved to your panel, as well as access files saved to your cloud drives. And below that, you'll find the apps waffle, which will give us access to all of the apps currently downloaded onto your panel. And for instance, if I wanted to add one of these tools, one of the different apps to my sidebar, I would simply press on that app and then drag it over to the center portion of the sidebar and drop it there. Just like that. And removing that shortcut is just as easy. I simply press until I see the Remove Shortcut button, and I click that and it's gone. Below that, you'll find our Tools portion of your side toolbar. Now this includes some old favorites, such as your annotation tools, Spotlight, as well as your timer tool. But you'll also notice some great new tools have been included as well. For instance, you'll notice a split screen option directly here, and the screen record option, which when you pair that with the new microphones that have been built into the Mimio Pro 4, allows you to record and distribute lessons and presentations to anyone at any time that are high quality and sound great. In order to customize the tool portion of your toolbar, you're going to press and hold again, but this time you're looking for a green plus sign to appear. If I want to add that the icon and a shortcut for that, I'll simply press the green plus, and I notice now that the recording option has moved over to my toolbar. In order to get rid of something, a shortcut from your toolbar, simply press and hold again until you see the red minus sign. Click that, and you're done. As you can see, customizing your side toolbar is fast and easy to do. I hope that this has been a helpful experience for you, and I look forward to sharing more information about your new Mimio Pro 4 panel.
On the Mimio, there are some various tools that are available on any input that you may be showing, whether it's the Mimio panel, your computer, or your document camera. One of those tools is called Mark. Mark allows you to annotate over the top of the Mimio screen, no matter what is showing. So if you are projecting your computer, you can use Mark to annotate over your projection of your computer. If you are showing your document camera, you can also use Mark to annotate over your document camera. This video is going to go through how to use the Mark tool on your Mimio panel. A few of the other tools available on the Mimio panel are the Spotlight tool, the Timer tool, and the Stopwatch tool. This first video clip that we are going to play shows the Spotlight tool. The second video clip will show the Timer and the Stopwatch tools. Moving on to some of the apps on the board, we are going to focus on the Note app, which is the interactive whiteboard tool. To access the Note app, you can select Note from the home screen or the side menu when you are on the Android input. If you are not on the Android input or want a different way to access Note, you can also use the remote and press the pencil button shown in this image on the remote to take you directly into Note if you are showing your computer or your document camera on the panel. This video will highlight some of the features of Note, including background images and colors, and saving your Note files.
Hello, it's me, Nick, from the EOS education team here at Boxlight with some more information about using your Mimio Pro 4 panel. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a few of the new features in the built-in Note application, which is our infinite whiteboard space for your classroom. So to begin with, let's dive right in, and we're going to be able to find the Note icon on our home screen to be able to open Note, but we'll also be able to find it in our side toolbar, prominently featured at the top of the apps portion. Now, once we open Note on our panel, it may ask us if we want to load the last unsaved file. For today, I've already made sure that that was cleared out, but if it does that, no worries. But what I do want to mention to you about that is that it will reuse the background that you used on the last presentation that you created. To change that, you'll simply go down into this bottom left-hand menu for you, and you're actually going to look for the hamburger icon where it says Menu. Once you bring that up, you're going to look near the bottom where it says Theme. Once you get to the theme, you'll notice that I've got templates and backgrounds. These templates are pre-populated for you. There's some lined paper, some graph paper options, staff for music writing, right? So you've got bass and treble as well as just the treble clef. You also have some different quarts or fields in order to be able to draw up plays. So you've got a couple of those features built in. But you also have some more traditional background, just color options. So that's a solid color. And you'll notice down at the bottom that you also have the ability to customize and build in some of your own backgrounds here as well. So that's how you would change that. Now, I'm going to stick with this bottom left portion of your toolbar today because there's enough features here to keep us occupied. So continuing under our hamburger menu, the menu, I can start a new presentation with new. I can open one that I've already created previously using open. I have save and save as. Save will save directly here, but save as is going to give me a couple of different options. So I can save to a cloud drive or directly to the panel. Additionally, I have import and export. So those are options to be able to import different files. So you'll notice PDF on there, and then those other options are image type files for you. You'll notice under export, you'll have those same options available, as well as the IWB file that these will save as. So that's importing and exporting. You'll also notice your cloud storage is listed down here as well, near where we changed our theme. That cloud storage option will take you right into that menu to be able to determine which of your different storage areas that you want to access, because the panel does allow you to link a number of different cloud drives. So I can have my OneDrive and my Google Drive both connected. So that'll give you the ability to kind of choose between those spaces. Now, moving out of that hamburger menu, you'll notice that we have a button here called Share, and I'm going to tap that because it's really exciting to me. What that will do is that will create a QR code for this specific presentation so that you can share this with your students or with your colleagues if you're having a meeting and you've created it using this space, right? And by tapping that, I can even display it even larger on my screen to make even somebody far away in the back of the room able to see and access that with their camera. So they would simply use their camera device to put this into their view, and then a link will become available for them that will help them access this document. So you do have that available to you as well. And finally, I'm going to point out the pens just because it's part of this tool here. You'll notice that on your new Mimio Pro 4 panel, you can go into a double or singular pen mode. Double means that it's going to treat the one side and the other side of this pen as two different unique pens, which can then be customized. Singular will then just treat it like the one side. So I know that there was a lot of information in there for you today, but believe me, there's still so many more features to introduce you to. I can't wait to share more of them with you in the near future, and I hope you found this helpful. Talk to you soon.
In this next video, we are going to explore more of the features in Notes, specifically about content creation in the Note app.
Today, I really want to focus kind of on this center portion of the toolbar at the bottom, because that's really about the content creation that you'll participate with. So from the left to right, we're going to kind of work across that bar. We did also introduce the pen. Right now I'm in double pen mode, which means that I have two different pen types that are selected. One is going to be a thin magenta paintbrush, and the other one is going to be a thicker yellow pencil. And I can do that really easily, but I can also still use other tools like the back of a pencil or a pen or my fingers in order to write on this panel. Remember, you've got 20 unique touch points that can happen all at one time. But for today, I'm going to talk about those couple of pieces. So I'm going to draw a couple of shapes and lines to show. So we've got our thin magenta, and then on the other side, I'm going to draw this angle. Pretty great. It stands out really well against my background, but just keep in mind, you do have the ability to change those pen colors and types as well as your background in order to really maximize the view for your students or for your colleagues. So just a few of those customizable options for you. Next to that, I have my eraser. That still works either with this tool that I can make different sizes, or using the back of my fist or my hand in order to erase. But I want to keep these up here for right now, so I'll move past that. What I want to show you right now is some new ruler options that have been built into the panel. So I've got a traditional ruler, these two triangle rulers, and then I have a protractor. I'm going to take a look at the size of this magenta line that I created. You'll notice it populates. It is still see-through, so you can still see any of the writing behind it. That makes measurement really easy for you. And then I also have this ability with this backwards arrow to adjust the angle of this. So since this line that I want to measure is at an angle, I'm going to go ahead and get that as close as I can in order to really measure. If for some reason the ruler is not long enough for you, you are able to also use these two arrows that are pointing from the center outward to lengthen or shorten that ruler as needed. So you're able to tilt and use that in a number of different ways. Another ruler tool that I want to show you is the protractor. I think this is a really neat tool. Again, also able to see through that. That transparency is important. You'll also notice near the center, there's like a blue line that's connected to this blue circle. And that is meant to show you kind of where that measurement is going to take place specifically so that you can be pretty pinpoint accurate with that. Once I feel like I'm right on the angle that I want to meet, I'm going to tilt this a little bit so that I'm accurate because accuracy matters. I'm going to go ahead and press and drag with my finger to measure this particular angle. And it tells me that I'm at 91 degrees. Pretty close. Pretty close. I'm glad I didn't do the box that shows 90 degrees. I'd be embarrassed right now. But it also allows me to move that over, and by clicking on that green check mark, it'll put a stamp of that same angle for me as well. So really neat feature there. Additionally, We have some new shape tools. These tools are going to work in both 2D and 3D for you, as well as some lines and additional shapes, fully customizable with your color. And another one of those really great tools that I could draw this box on the screen and then measure the angle of that to show what 90 degrees looks like and how each one of those is 90 degrees. So just a quick piece with that. I'm going to go ahead and delete that because now I get to show you a couple of really neat features that are absolutely new to us. So the first piece is this new table builder. Now it gives me this gray box, but within that are columns and rows of boxes that allow me, just like if I was doing an Excel spreadsheet, to create just by dragging this green box to the size that I'm looking for, including the number of rows and the number of columns. Once I've decided on a size of the table that I'm looking for, it's going to populate for me. It automatically creates those headings at the top of each one of those columns for me. I'm able to write inside these boxes, so I can put the title of each. And it also will expand to make sure that I have the amount of room for my writing. So if for some reason I kind of go over a little bit, it's going to recognize that and it's going to extend that for me to make sure that all of my writing fits there in the box. So that's a really neat feature with that I really liked. It happens as well if you import an image and you want to drag that in there. Once you drag that into that box, it'll fill that shape and it will expand for you. Continuing on with the table, another thing that you're able to do with this is you'll notice that I can expand this to include additional rows or columns simply by tapping on that when I have my select tool. And I can press the plus and it's just going to keep expanding those for as far as I need. So if I've started and I get into something and I realize that I'm going to need an additional row or an additional column, I can easily do that right here on my screen. Next to that option on our bottom toolbar, we have our mind map. And this is another really great tool that has some built-in functions that make it really easy to use. So you'll notice that there's these green boxes and they're connected, almost like a flowchart, or if I was doing a cause and effect, a number of different uses for this type of a mind map, right? But on this particular green box, there's a blue box around it. And on both sides, it's got a plus sign. And what that tells me is that I'm able to add additional branching. So if I wanted a fourth option over here, I have that ability to do so. When I write inside these boxes, it's going to recognize my writing and force me to put it into type. So I want to definitely point that out to you and definitely be aware of the color of your marker as well, because the text type will match that. So you don't want two colors that are a little too close to each other. That'll make it difficult to read. So that's the mind map tool. I also have a new sticky note tool that's built into your Mimio Pro 4 panel. That's great. I can change the color of those notes: blue, yellow, red, and green. It does require you to type inside. It does not allow you to use your pen or stylus to write in there. So it is going to ask you to type, but it brings up your on-screen keyboard right away to make that easy for you. So hopefully those features were as exciting for you as they were for me. I'm really excited to keep finding new things to share with you about the Mimio Pro 4 panel, and I already can't wait till next time. Today, I really